Hello everyone, I greet in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Newton Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to. Of course, you see, actually it's like a question and something that I have actually been bothering me, and I have actually been asking myself, why do we even get ourselves, you understand, into business? But then the topic says that, can we take interest based on loans in the West? And this video was done by khalidyasin. I believe that it's going to be a very educative one when we get down to it. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's religion. This is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from it. So let's get on to the video and then check this out.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha and I am a Muslim mother. My question is about riba and science.
Riba?
Yeah, riba and science.
She said riba and science. Riba and science.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. And since we have heard that science have originated from Islam, and I wonder how we can take our young Muslim students Ummah back to the scientific track without taking riba.
Good question, sister. As I understood what the sister is saying, riba and science, or riba and education, how can we get our children back to the track of understanding, appreciating, and excelling in science? And how can we get them back on track where they can excel in education without taking out loans where they become slaves of riba from the very beginning? Is that what you meant, sister? Is that what she meant?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Although, sister, that is not exactly part of the topic, I'm going to make it part. I'll make it part. Okay, because I mentioned in my talk that riba is one of the greatest crimes of humanity today. And if people were to follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, we would get rid and modify that crime. And most of us in this room here, all of us are enslaved one way or another to riba. Using these plastic cards, buying cars, buying other things on credit, okay, living above your means. So you have become a slave. Even the children inside the womb are slaves to debt already. So the sister's question is quite a good question. First of all, sister, the children inherit what we give them and what we leave them. If you and your husband, if me and my wife, if we ourselves are slaves of riba, then our children are slaves also. And who made them a slave? We made them slaves. Now, what's the alternative, somebody might say? Sheikh, we live in a riba society. Riba is everywhere. You can't get nothing without riba. You can't buy a house without riba. No, that's not true. The Kafirs have made us frustrated. The Kafirs have made us think to themselves they controlling everything, and that we can't get a house unless we buy it on credit. We can't buy a car unless we buy it on credit. We can't get an education unless we get it on credit. We got to go to student loan. No, they put that inside of our head and then they threw away the key. This is the way the Kafirs work. This is the way shaitan work. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Allahu waliyyu alladhina amanu yukhrijuhum min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur walladhina kafaru awliya'uhum at-taghut yukhrijunahum min an-nur ila adh-dhulumat ulaika ashab an-nari hum fiha khalidun. So the answer is in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, after this day, give up all connections with riba. Give it up. And if you give it up and you fear Allah, I recited the ayah earlier, وَمَنْ يَتَقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. If you fear Allah, He will give you a way out of the riba. And He will give you a choice other than the riba. And He will provide you for the way that you could never have imagined, because He loves you and He selects for you and He gives you this alternative. Subhanallah. Sister, we have engaged in several contracts, the Purpose of Life Foundation, and we never used a bank. The building that we're in right now, that we will buy, inshallah, say inshallah, it will cost us 3.5 million, a 47,000 square foot building, maybe the size of this whole place here, not this, the whole place. The first question I asked the owner, do you own this building free and clear? He said, yes. Good. Then I'm going to buy this building from you. I'm going to give you $250,000 down deposit, and I will give you $250,000 for the next 10 years. No riba, no bank. You hold the title, you give me a deed. It's called the land contract. Before the Yahudis, the Zionists, before the Zionists came here to this country, people were doing land contracts and there was no interest involved. We're going back to the land contract. So if Muslims use their mind and stop following their desires, in one surah of the Quran, Allah says, وَمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسِ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. Is this the ayah? وَمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسِ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. See, whoever fears the standing with Allah in front of their Lord, and because of that they suppress and they deny their nafs, for them there will be Jannah, and for whoever does not, there will be nar. So all the Muslims have to do is suppress their nafs. Give up all this excess stuff that you use, all this bling bling stuff you want, that you got to wind up being slaves. And come back to Allah, and you will find out, inshallah, that this country and America and the Western world, they will eat from our hands. Why? Because they will find out that they are slaves and that we are free. Allahu Akbar. But the parents have to teach the children that. Otherwise your children will follow exactly what you do and they will be worse slaves. And Allah is the best knower.
Wow. This is actually a very interesting video by Sheikh Khalidyasin concerning riba, or taking of interest in form of loans. Because of that, I could say that maybe probably it could be, let's say, maybe 1 or 2, or out of the, should I say, 54 or 56, you understand, African countries, of course, are taking loans, you understand, either from the Middle East or from the West, you understand, precisely. And these are some of the things, you understand, that is being discouraged. Of course, he talked to us about being contented with what we have, so that we don't have to accumulate things that we don't really need. Probably they are just things we want, not that we need them. So let's focus on the things we need, so that we do not accumulate some kind of debt, you understand, on ourselves, because by so doing kind of put us in some kind of depression. And you know what happens when you become depressed? Once you become depressed, then Shaitan begin to speak to you, begin to talk to you. Before you know it, some people cannot be able to hold it and end up what, committing suicide, which has been what that has been happening in in this 21st century. But then I wanted to like kind of speak a little bit, you understand, about this interest that they says that is very or highly discourageable. Now I was just trying to like kind of ask myself, if like the riba or the interest is a sin, then why do we do business? Like, why do we get ourselves into business? Because how I understand is just like, if I'm selling water, or for instance, of course, probably I'm selling it because of I want to, of course, people to buy, drink water and all those things, but then I want to also make interest from it, so that for expansion and all that, and not that. So if you understand, I'm just doing it, I'm not gaining anything into it, then why am I getting myself, you understand, into it in the first place? He make an instance talking about, you understand, the land in America, for instance, and how people were acquiring it. And me, aside from ministry, of course, I'm into real estate. I sell buildings and all those things, rentals, depending on what the person you understand want. And then maybe probably sometimes we might see a house, right, and probably we may not have the money to buy it, but maybe probably we can come up, maybe we have a joint account, we could be 4 or something like that, and maybe probably we could buy a house of, let's say, 100,000 or 200,000 dollars. Then maybe after a period of time or before a year time, and then therefore we can sell that very building. Of course, at that point in time, it has actually appreciated a lot, and we could have a lot of interest in a sense from it. Sometimes we can even sell it in a sense, even double of it. So now we have a particular capital we put into it. Now after over a time, this is what the thing is now, the value of that particular building. Now we sell it, and they will make a lot of interest in it. So should we call that one, you understand, a sin? Because that is, you understand, interest. And if we say, you understand, it is wrong, then why do we even get ourselves into businesses? Of course, that's why I have you guys, understand, over there, and that's why I use myself as an instance to explain to you guys, for you to provide answers. Like I rightly say, I also learn from you guys. So why should we get ourselves into business if that one too, it is wrong? I understand that countries are not supposed to be going out to the West, in a sense, taking loans and all those things. But then for me, I could say that taking those loans is not bad. But if you are taking it in a sense for production, to go and produce something that will make something more better for the people, then is welcome. But when you are going to borrow for consumption, probably you are borrowing as a nation to go and pay salary, or you are borrowing for to just take care of a particular need. Those ones does not produce anything. But when you are borrowing to go and build road that will give you access, maybe probably to the rural areas, to be able to get some raw materials, in a sense, for production, or you are borrowing to invest in education and all those things. Like, I know there are several ways that we can take money that can be able to like help. But now I'm being personal now, based on the question I asked concerning the real estate. So should we get into business or not? So I would like to see that at the comment section. Of course, there are so many people, of course, who are asking the same question, either Muslim or Christian. So I want your thought and opinion at the comment section, so that we can all learn from one another. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and I'm going to take it out. So you remain blessed, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.